Okay. All right. So for the last lesson, we did 2-point cubes with lines going to the vanishing point. Okay. This lesson, I'm going to do two modifications of this, and I'm going to do cubes. Let's see, cubes with lines not going to the vanishing point, but vanishing points on the page. And I'm also going to do cubes with unique vanishing points and not with lines not going to the vanishing point. So that's going to be what we're going to talk about this lesson. So I start with my page, okay? And for the first lesson, we're going to do cubes with vanishing points on the page, but not going to the vanishing point. Again, I'm drawing my vanishing points as close to inline as possible. They really do need to mark or be on the horizon line together. If they are at different heights, then your cube will look out of perspective and out of balance, okay? All right, so I'm going to start by putting, okay, a cube, and I'm not going to be drawing to the vanishing point. And you can see I am constantly doubling up my lines. I'm drawing, I'm practicing, and then I'm going more than once. Okay, so with this sketch, you can see that there is a distinct, we talked about this last class period, there's a front and a back on this sketch. If I were to draw a line on the bottom of this sketch and almost look at this as front view, this would be 30 degrees, 60 degrees, from here to here, and from here to here, okay? The shorter or the smaller number is the front side of our cube. Okay, where the 60-degree is the smaller or the side, okay? One other way that you can see that is that this line from here to here and from here to here, those two lines are bigger, smaller, okay? And so that gives me this opportunity to see the front and the side of the cube. All right, I'm going to draw another cube. And notice how I'm always drawing these cubes. I'm really always drawing my top lines first. And then I draw my bottom lines, because these cubes, the bottom lines are dependent on the top line. Okay, so I have my cubes. Again, because I've got vanishing points on the page, you can see how these get very kind of sharp. As they get lower, as they get closer to the vanishing point, and it's good to play around with the scale of these things, because drawing large is always good. Okay, you don't want to draw so large that you're overlapping too much, but at this moment, they're just cubes, okay? So it's really not the worst thing in the world. And then I'll do one more cube right here. Okay, and so then I can come back with my marker, with my Sharpie, and then I can determine what's in front and what's in back, okay? By darkening up these lines, you can see that I am clearly saying you belong in front and you belong in back. Now really no right or wrong answer about this. However, if sometimes it might look awkward if you try and force something to be in front that should be in back. Now again, because I'm drawing cubes, it's okay that they overlap, but it's good practice for them not to be so overlapping. But it also does, the overlapping does kind of give you a helpful hand in terms of trying to see through your objects, okay? So we've got that, and then I will label this bottom right-hand corner of the page, always labeled, not written, or hand lettered, A, D, 2, 2-point, without 1 through 5, okay? Every page must have this or it's not considered on time. Now, another one that we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the vanishing points on the page, okay? I don't want to have the vanishing points on the page simply because if I have vanishing points on the page, every single sketch that I draw is dependent on these two vanishing points. And that gives me sharp edges right here. I want to bring these into more of a normal view. And so I'm going to have each individual cube will have its own unique vanishing points. So they're not all dependent on each other. So I can start. Okay, and again, I'm still overlapping my cubes. And this would be the front, this would be the side, okay? Because this goes back faster to the vanishing points wherever they might be, and this goes slower to the vanishing points. So when I'm drawing these, I draw my vertical line, okay? And then I'm gonna draw my top line that's gonna go to a vanishing point. Now my bottom line, let's just imagine that this one is going directly to the vanishing point. Well, it's out here somewhere, and so that this one has to come up to that vanishing point. And I do the same over here. Okay. And so then, okay, so I've got my verticals. Now what do? This one is pointing towards the vanishing point, so this one is going to have to go towards that as well. And then this one is out here somewhere, and then I'll just draw that. So you see that with unique vanishing points, I don't have cubes that are so sharp and I'm able to lay the page out in a manner that allows me to really get a nice flow through the page. And I'm not having stuff dependent on itself. And then I'll say, and this will be 6 through 10, okay? And then if I come back and I darken these things, you're gonna see that there is a much different layout and even though I'm just coming back and darkening, I'm still sketching in strong strokes, okay? I'm trying my best to make sure that I'm not using chicken scratch and that I'm not overdoing what I need to do. And I'm not going all the way, because if these things are overlapping, there's got to be something that's a little bit transparent on the inside. Okay. And so that would be 2-point without. So you can see 2-point without and no vanishing points. So you can see the difference. Let's see the difference here between having vanishing points on the page. You can see that's a little bit tighter, and having no vanishing points, it gives us a little bit more opportunity to see how these things should be in real life.